Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you're all doing great. This video is about how you can run the regression analysis in the presence of a moderating variable. Now, if you recall, I told you that a moderating variable is a variable that intensifies the relationship which already exists between dependent and independent variable. So here our independent variable is satisfaction, dependent is performance, and then moderating variable is convenience. Fine. Now, in order to build the argument, let me tell you how or what kind of a relationship are we going to explain with the help of this moderating variable. Now here the independent variable is satisfaction, which means that satisfaction is affecting performance. In simple words, it means that the more is the level of satisfaction in an employee, the better would be the performance level of that particular person. Fine. Now here moderating variable is convenience, which means that satisfaction and performance, they already have their cause and effect relationship. But if the convenience is out there, it will intensify the amount of effect that the independent variable has over the dependent. So which means that satisfaction will affect the performance of an individual, and it will intensify if convenience is also present in that particular environment. Okay. Now, this is what we are going to build the argument on, and this is what we are going to run the regression analysis on. Now, let's open the SPSS file. Now, let me tell you guys that this is the same hypothetical data that I have used in my previous videos, which I did tell you that this is based on some rand between function on Excel. So this is not a genuine information. It will have its problems, but you have to understand the overall process, and then you run the regression analysis on your genuine real data. Fine. Now, before you do the regression analysis, here you have to do something which is computing the independent and dependent variables multiplication. Now, what do I mean by that? Let me first do it, and then I will explain. Now go to the compute variable. Here we would like to see an integration between the independent variable and the moderating variable. So what's the independent variable out here? The independent variable is convenience, and then the the independent variable is satisfaction, and then moderating variable is convenience. Hence, we would like to see the multiplication of these two variables. How? Let me do it. First of all, you have to name the new variable that you're going to generate. So because this is the integration of both of these variables, so I'm going to name it integration. Simple, without any capital, without any space or numerics, just type integration right here. Now here select convenience, because this is the moderating variable. Take it to this particular place, which you can see is called numeric expression. Now to complete the expression, put a steric which shows the multiplication of both of them. And then we have the independent variable, which is called satisfaction. You will move it in order to complete the numerical or numeric expression. Now we don't need anything else, so just click the OK. So here it says that it has been executed, which means a new variable has been generated. Now, what's the next step is that you go to the analysis of regression. So go to the regression, simply select the linear regression. Now, in the linear regression, you already know what is the dependent variable. So the dependent variable is performance, that you already know. Take it to the space where dependent variable is supposed to be transferred. Then we have the other two variables. Now, first of all, you need to separately select them. So you consider both convenience and satisfaction individually. Take it down over here. And then we have another variable which is called integration, which means this is the integration of both satisfaction and convenience, which is the independent and moderating variable. So take this one too in the independent spot, and this will also be considered an independent variable. Now there's another thing you have to consider it. Here we have a collinearity diagnostics, which means that how much the independent and the moderating variable are correlated. Now, this is important. This would be a problem in the future. So in order to ensure that this is not a problem, you need to select it for further analysis. Now, we don't want anything else. Just do the continuation, and then you can click OK. So here, as a normal, any sort of regression, you will get four, these tables, but there's also an additional table at the end, which is called the collinearity diagnostics. That we will not consider. We only consider this, the model summary, ANOVA table, and then coefficient table. The first table, as any other regression analysis, we do not consider it because that's not of any value so far. For the model summary, the ANOVA table and coefficient table are something that we have to interpret and then base our hypothesis. Now here, since I told you that this is a hypothetical data, so there are a lot of problems in these data. First of all, in the model summary, I did tell you that the R and R square are the values that you need to be interpreting. Now minimum, R should be at least 50 or 0.5 or 50%. Now here it's less than like 10%. It means this is 9.8%, which is extremely, extremely low. So the model summary is not good. So then we have the ANOVA table as well. According to the significance value, this is not less than 0.05. Hence, we cannot even say that the model is significant. But let's assume that both the model summary, this is 50%, and then the ANOVA table is less than 0.05, or it's equal to 0.05, which means the model would be significant. Now here, we do not need, once you assume that both of these tables have no problems, then you can move to the coefficient table. Now in the coefficient table, you do a separate interpretation of both the variables on the dependent variable, which is performance, but then also you have to see the integration. So depending on the significance value here, none of them are significant because neither the model summary nor the ANOVA table were correct. So then we cannot rely on these values. But if you assume that the model summary and the ANOVA table were both correct, so then you could say that the neither the independent variable and moderating variable have their individual effect on the dependent variable, which is performance, but their integration as well does not provide any sort of effect on the dependent variable. So this here, as any other normal regression analysis, you interpret the model summary, ANOVA table, and then the coefficient table. Now there's another trick. Let's say the model summary and ANOVA table both are correct in your case. Here there's another one called VIF, which shows the collinearity among your variables. Now here again, the values for the VIF are extremely high, which is problematic. But then again, we cannot rely and make inference based on these results because this is on hypothetical data. In your case, once you run the moderating variable analysis on your dependent and independent variable, once you complete the regression, do share the results with me, because then I will be telling you whether the regression analysis needs any collinearity diagnostic or not. Now, one hint for now would be that the lesser the VIF, the better would be the model or the coefficient table. Now, I hope it's clear for you guys. Like any other variable or any other normal regression analysis, you need to do a regression analysis, but with an integration of the independent and moderating variable, and then you have to interpret the model summary, ANOVA, and then coefficient table.